Hey, what is going on, you guys? The name is SubZeroExtabyte and I want to thank you all for clicking on the video. I mean, you could have been doing anything that you would want right now, and you decided to spend your time today with me, which I think deserves some respect. But yeah, this is another video in Minecraft. You guys know that I have been loving the Minecraft stuff lately, even though there have been some things happening that I might not have wanted to happen. But yeah, that is something that I will touch up on a lot when I am playing Minecraft. But this video is going to be a little bit different than usual, since this is going to be one big story time. So the clips that you are going to be watching are pretty old. The footage is kind of old, and I do not have any voice recordings for them, since they are just gone or something. I am not sure what happened to those. But yeah, this is something that happened a long time ago, and I just kind of want to touch up on this footage. And the reason why I decided to upload this footage after such a long time, well, let me just say that this is a story that has got to be told. It is like Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I mean, you could be able to live without that movie, but the story just fits in so well with the rest of the saga, that you will just have got to see this movie. And you can kind of say the same thing when it comes to this video right here. So I hope that you are going to enjoy this video, even though it is a little bit different. And I just hope that you like this style of video, since it might be a little bit weird since we are trying something new here. So the story goes as followed. Once upon a time, and I may say that that time was a very long time ago, if that makes sense. But alright, never mind, I will start over. For dramatic effect, it is the first time that I am doing something like this, so please bear with me. Once upon a time, a very long time ago, there was one brave survivor who found the legend of the Herobrine. It was a very strange time, as I may say so. It was a time full of turmoil and there was a lot of confusion about a lot of things, which is pretty normal. Now, as you all may know by now, the Entity 303 is a really weird thing, to be honest. I only heard legends up until this day that you are seeing right now. I am not sure what happened on this day, but I just got the footage of this camera randomly delivered onto my doorstep today, and I think that is kind of weird. And maybe I should start asking questions, but now I am just going to continue on with my day right now and make sure that I can actually find out what happened on these tapes. I mean, this guys is not doing anything abnormal, but I know that he knew of the existence of this one Entity 303, and I believe that his story is pretty much like Herobrine, but just it is not the Herobrine. That is basically all that I know, and I know this because I have done my research. Now, I do think that a lot of weird things happened to this person after quickly browsing through this video just a minute ago. Not literally a minute ago, by the way. But I think that this Entity 303 really is not something that we should be messing with at all, because he looks to be very dangerous to me. Now, of course, when building a case, sometimes things do not really pan out the way they supposed to, right? I mean, that is just how that goes, I guess. But this guy did not care and he just started digging. I mean, he saw something that did not look into place with the rest of the big scope of Minecraft. So he decided to go and check it out, but it was just the start of the case that they were building. A small miscommunication, which of course can happen, you know, but which was kind of amazing, since this guy individually is kind of a daredevil, if I may call him that myself. I mean, he is not the superhero Daredevil. I mean, come on. It is not like he is blind and can kick a bad guy's butt. He is already struggling with a couple of noobs. But as I was saying, he decided to go over to the things that he saw, and he started helping because it was the first thing that the entity was hiding for him, so that they finally had a place where they could start their meeting together happy ever after. But of course, if that was it, then this video would be a little short, right? Now, of course, you might be thinking, well, why is he going to be going to the Entity 303? Well, a little story on that is this. So this is pretty much what happened this morning with this person, and this is an actual voice recording of that morning, so pay close attention to this real quick. Alright, so he just basically pushed me out of my own house. Well, that is a great start to my already bad day. I mean, so first my Minecraft house gets grieved, and then now I am being evicted by some angry looking kid who basically is just mocking me right now by just acting like nothing has happened, and he is just sitting in my house, and I will not stand for this. But then again, I can no really do that much because I believe that he has locked the door, so that will not work. Could you please come outside, sir? I just want to talk because I literally have no idea what is going on right now. Just come out and we can talk about whatever you would want. I really do not care. Just tell me what you want or need and just let me back into my house. We can talk about this like civilized people. I know that it sounds hard when you are mad, but this is not the way to go about things. Just come outside and talk to me for a second. I will be able to change your mind. Whatever you are thinking about right now, I can change it. But basically nothing worked to get this guy out of his house. But he continued with the following: there are a lot of things that we can do that does not breaking and entering into my house and even evicting me from my house. Now the guy that he met in his house was the Herobrine, so it was their first day knowing each other. Now since all of that happened, we actually got a pretty good bond after that because we were pretty much just soulmates. We literally found that out the second that we started a conversation, and it was amazing, to be honest. But alright, I can see that you are a little bit tense. That does not matter at all. We can just go do some stuff together that will definitely calm you down, I will promise you. And if they do not calm you down, then I will grant you the entrance to my house and you can live here and do whatever you want with it. Does that sound like a fair and square deal to you? But we never actually fell out of it, to be honest. We always just managed to go on and do the things that we wanted to, which is of course the better thing to do when you would have been in his shoes. It is a long story. Just follow me along on this one, okay? I am trying my utmost best here to tell a cool story for you guys, so please just appreciate it, and otherwise do not shoot the messenger, because I am just a messenger, since I am the one reading the story to you. But as you can see in the footage, the young survivor right here had no idea what was going on after he started building the home that he and the Herobrine were going to be living in. So that is something that I think is worth noting, because this is just the way that things go, I guess. There were a lot of thoughts going through his mind. For example, what is happening and what can I do? And why did my mom make SpaghettiOs for dinner when she said she would make meatballs? Well, as you can tell, the guy had a lot of questions that were just going to be left unanswered. So I took the opportunity and of course the responsibility to answer his questions. So question 1. What is happening? Well, sub, I do not have a clue. Moving on to question 2. What can I do? Well, sub, instead of dying to that thing every darn second, you could try your best to outbuild it, or at least do something. And then moving on to question 3, which was, why did my mom make SpaghettiOs for dinner when she said she would make meatballs? Well, Sub-Zero, that was because you did not finish your plate of meatballs last time, so you are not getting any right now. But eventually SubZeroExtabyte was able to get his head out of his butt, but he decided to face the facts, and he decided that it might have been a really good decision to start looking for this entity 303. I mean, who would not want to do that, right? He is one of the most feared people in Minecraft, so why would you not want to battle with him? And it was kind of freaky to stand so close to it, to be honest. But you know, at least I did something right. I mean, at least he did something right. Oh, and by the way, would you come back here for a second and stop trying to run away from me? I am not like that. Now this guy's literally never backed down. I mean, I did not really know him, but this is just something that everyone knows in my town. I mean, all of this happened where I lived, and that has basically just become an urban legend because he just disappeared and never returned. Now I feel like we finally are able to close this case here when we get to the end of this video, and I feel like something or someone wanted me to tell this story to you guys, because like I said, this video was randomly brought to me through the mail and I have no idea who actually sent it to me, and I feel like that is really weird. But I also feel like we might actually get to some answers right now, which is always great if you ask me. Otherwise everyone will be out of luck and we will never know what actually happened to this guy. I mean, maybe he did something really heroic and everyone in this town just thinks that he is some fool who got lost or was just crazy out of his mind or something like that. So I also really feel like we can right or wrong here, which is good if you ask me, man. So tell me now if you have had anything to do with the disappearing / blowing up of my beloved folks' home in my peaceful Minecraft world. But alright, I guess I will trust you then. So you swear that you have had nothing to do with that? I mean, the kid was just like, as long as you do not blow up the new house, then I really do not mind whatever you do. I mean, I cannot tell you what to do, so I am not going to be telling you what to do. But basically all that he was doing was delaying the inevitable, and that was a certain death. I mean, there was no going around the fact that he was going to get wrecked. time after time after time. But at least there is one thing that you would be able to take away from this, and that is the fact that whatever happened, he did not care about the fact that he got smacked down to the ground. Not literally of course, but you could see that there was some tension building up between this guy and the entity. I mean, you do not have to be a shrink to see something like that going on. It was quite obvious. You can see it for yourself. Psych, you cannot see a thing right now, but that does not matter. He just wanted to make sure that whatever he did, he ended up doing it right, since he had a lot of stuff going on, and he just wanted that the entity was gone forever. So he did not care about the dying, and he did not care about all of the hurt and the pain that was inflicted to him. And that might be the mentality of a total dumb guy, but it was also something that most people would call to be very heroic. So take it with a grain of salt, or just take it or leave it. I really do not care at all. I mean, I am just telling you guys the story. You can do with this information whatever you want in the world. Now after all of the building, of course I still had to do something that was rather good, right? I had to call my insurance and all of that stuff because someone, and I am not naming any names, had the common courtesy to blow up my freaking vacation home in Minecraft. Here I have another audio recording of this guy talking about the entity. So here we go in 3, 2, 1 action. Now of course we all know that sometimes we get annoyed in this game, right? I mean, we all have our differences and usually they are only short-lasting and they never really get that much out of hand, right? Well, today is the day that he found this little guy called Entity. I have literally got no clue who he is and what he does. I have only heard rumors about this guy, and since I do not want to spread any false rumors about anyone, I really do not want to go too much into detail about this guy. I mean, there are a lot of false rumors going around town about me and I really do not like that at all. So this is basically my way to right a little wrong right now. That does not sound that weird, right? But as I said, I just contested him in a ripoff. Now I think that it is very honest to say that this man here did not really want to live with the entity, because he ended up doing the most stupid thing ever. I mean, you would have to have the guts to actually try to go against this guy because he is just not messing around. I have not seen the entity, but I really do not want to because I am rather scared, to be honest with you guys. So that means that the third time will have to be the charm, right? We had 2 left on the first try. We have 1 left on the second try. So now on the third try we will have 0 left. And then we can all go and party and have a good time and probably fail the next level, like 10 times. And then we will all go to sleep because this is exhausting. So let's stick our heads together. That was a pun. We are trying to light it up with some random place dynamite again. It is not a bad idea because it worked on the other guys. But this one is so big that luck will have to be on our side for a change. We can do this. It is easy. Just blow it up. Like my dad used to say, if you do blow up the whole guy in one go, the mess will be too big to recover, and you will be grounded. I blew up our first mob like a champ. The fact that this is just a pain in the butt does not make it easier. If anything, it makes it harder. So if you want to take anything from this, and please do not go and blow up your own entity. I mean, this was something that the town people wanted, but that was not so easy. I will recite you what he was saying to me in a second, but I can tell you that whatever you are about to hear will give you nightmares for days, maybe even weeks or months, or in the worst case years. So here we go. You might want to pause the video here if you are scared easily. Well, since you have not paused it yet, I really appreciate that. But I also like that you are a little bit of a daredevil for just going on with me right here. So here it goes. Alright, listen up. He said, and I quote, "Dragged you down below down to the devil's show to be his guest forever. Peace of mind is less than ever. I hate to twist your mind, but God ain't on your side. An old acquaintance severed. Burn the world, your last endeavor." It was really scary, but it sounded pretty poetic to me for some reason. But that was not it just yet. He went on and on and on. So here is what he said after that, but I cannot remember it exactly, so I might screw up somewhere around here. Okay, now one thing first. This is getting really creepy. I am glad that you guys are not watching this with the audio because this is where it is getting really horrific right now. This is another recording from the video itself. I will let this play as the ending. He was basically documenting his own disappearing. Now let the good times roll and I will see you in the next one. Now enjoy this next audio segment from this person in the video. Flesh is burning. You can smell it in the air because men like you have such an easy soul to steal. So stand in line while they ink numbers in your head. You're now a slave until the end of time here. Nothing stops the madness turning, hunting, yearning pull the trigger, and that was really scary because that is when I got a blow to the head and I woke up here only seconds later. At least it felt like it were seconds later, but it could have been more, to be honest. I mean, I was down and out, so I really could not have been able to track time while I was in and out of consciousness. I am so sorry, you guys. Okay, I am trying my best, I promise, but none of that even matters to me right now. I mean, this bendy thing is chasing me and I really do not appreciate it when people are this close to me anywhere at all. I mean, this is just not something that I enjoy, and I really just get anxious whenever someone or something is this close following me wherever I go.